the Lions' Den, and if we want confirmation of that, we only have to look at the great big screen on the far side of the ground that tells us that this is the Lions' Den. And the Lions' Den is a noisy place to be just at the moment. As the two teams emerge from down below, we're up in the second tier of the main stand here at the Den. I described it as the new Den as we arrived at the stadium much earlier, and as he was walking past, a guy with a South Bermondsey t-shirt on said, "It's not the new Den, mate, it's the Den." So I was told the moment we arrived, this is the Den these days. So Leeds United have come here to try and do something that has proved pretty elusive in recent visits, to say the least, and that is to get a positive result. The two teams are going through the routine and the ritual before the game. Leeds starting 11 shows Sam Byram returning, having got himself fit again during the international layoff that we've just had. And then we've got some of the new signings potentially to be seen later on in the afternoon, who are there amongst the replacements on the bench for Leeds. But basically, Daniel Parker showed faith with the side that that he used in the last game. And there's an opportunity for one or two of those players to show that maybe the last few days that they've had working together on the training ground will be put to good use when it comes to what always looks like, a pretty tough away fixture.
You're absolutely right. And the roar going up around this place. So it's great to play in these sorts of atmospheres, but you've got to get the home support quiet and then start to play your stuff. But yeah, I think it is a confidence boost for those players out there, because largely it is the same players. Daniel Parker clearly feels continuity is important as well, and the understanding must be growing each and every minute that these lads play together. So I think for Ruter, I think it's a big game as well, because I'm not sure that the Ruter-Piro combination worked as well as it did against Ipswich. So let's see if we can get back to that understanding, and more to the point, get them playing closer together.
We must give a word of praise to the Leeds United supporters. It's a 12 noon kickoff here in the capital city. We can see the top of Canary Wharf Tower on the far side beyond the Dockers stand. A 12 noon kickoff is it's one of the most difficult kickoff times you could possibly schedule, particularly for a journey of this nature, when you've got to get into London and then almost get out of London again to get yourself down to the Den. But the Leeds fans will adhere. They're arrived in their thousands as ever, and some of them still taking their seats behind the goal. I'm imagining there have probably been some issues on the way down for many, but they get here. They always get here. And this team will need to show the same level of effort and application and dedication that those fans have shown in making this 12 noon kickoff. We're now going to have a reflective period ahead of the game, with a couple of terrible earthquakes and floods with recent huge casualties elsewhere in the world, and that will be reflected now with applause around the Den. So we're ready to go. Chris Kavanagh is the match official. The noise levels rise, and the Millwall fans remind us, as they will do many times perhaps through the course of the afternoon, the early afternoon, that no one likes them, but they don't care. Millwall it is who will get the game underway. We watch from the halfway line, and Millwall are kicking from our right to left towards those Leeds United supporters who've made this trip down. The game starts with Leeds defending on the edge of the penalty area. Bradshaw trying to get a cross in, and Bradshaw forcing an early corner kick. Came off the feet of his Welsh international teammate, Joe Rodon. Both were involved in the game for Wales in midweek in Riga, in Latvia. And on that occasion, they were meeting for the first time this afternoon as foes. And Millwall have this very early set-piece opportunity inside the opening 35 seconds. In the ball comes to the near post, flicked across goal, and Strout's header at the far post was an important one because there were blue shirts waiting, and the ball carries out and for a throw-in.
Really good corner kick, and Bradshaw comes to that near post and just flicks it on, but Pascal Strout, big and strong at the far post, does really well, just get a touch and get it away from danger.
So more pressure on the Leeds penalty area with the throw from the far side. It's a long throw into the box. Nonto, of all people, is the man who meets it with his head and nods it back into touch on that far side for another throw-in.
Well, the skipper, Jake Cooper, he's absolutely huge, and he's the one that's in and around Meslier at the moment, causing all sorts of problems.
In it comes again. Rodon defends it well. He's 6'6", Cooper. Millwall pick up again, edge of the penalty area. Bradshaw facing goal. Rodon again makes the block as Bradshaw tries to cut the ball back into the 6-yard box. Goodness me, the home fans are responding to the home players' start in this game for sure, because they've been at it from the very first second, and we've only had 1 minute and 45 so far, and it's been constantly played around the Leeds penalty area.
Certainly has. Now another long throw. Same thing again, these set pieces, whether it's corner kicks, long throws, just going to be launched into our box.
In it comes again. Meslier catches confidently above the crowd of players at the near post, and then he wants to roll out to the edge of the penalty area, but he's unable to do that, so he stops, and then he can't roll it short either side because Millwall have pushed up players on both Strauch and Rodon, so neither is available as an outlet for the goalkeeper. He rolls it instead to Ampadu, gives it back to Meslier. Did you notice the little extra?
What's happening, Bryn? Are they playing out from the back again?
That's what they're doing.
Yes.
Listen, I watched the Southampton-Leicester game the other night. I rest my case. No further questions, my lord.
We can do it better than that, surely. Well, we need to. Otherwise, we'll be in big bother.
As they come again, Millwall down the right-hand side. The full-back pushing up is Norton. Cuffy held up on the edge of the penalty area. Spins and gets the ball back again. Still going. And emerges with the ball at his feet before he clips it up to the edge of the penalty area. Ayling with a header clear. And it's driven in low and hard, and that's actually Leeds because Murray Wallace fancied his chances, but he was a long way out. The shot was nowhere near goal. And what Leeds could do with here maybe is just 30 quiet seconds, isn't it?
You're absolutely right, but Murray Wallace there, the left-sided centre-half, they're playing with the back three, and he decides to shoot from 40 yards out and scuffs it, obviously. Not the best thing, because you're right, we're under a load of pressure. Just get it into our box, and instead he's given us the chance for a breather. Meslier, with his foot on the ball, was taking that.
It's going long. Yes, he goes long.
See, now we just give it away.
The argument against it is that the ball drops. I know. It drops all the way actually in the other penalty area. And
we've given it away. Their keeper's got it. What was the point of that?
Oh, I get it. Bielkowski's had his first touch of the game actually at the other end, and we're nearly in the 5th minute. And he's drop-kicked the ball back into Leeds territory where it has been for the duration. Mix-up between Strout and Ayling there, and it comes off one and onto the other and goes behind for another Millwall corner.
Well, I think it's pretty clear what Millwall are trying to do, just get the ball any old how into our area, and there Ayling, I have to say, was running backwards. Strout was shouting at him. Until he didn't listen, they bumped into each other and gave away another corner kick.
Well, this is a real examination.
It is. Now the referee's going to have a word here because Jake Cooper is causing havoc inside that 6-yard box. We're trying to stop him and get into his ribs. I think it's Byram is the one that's actually in his armpit. And down he goes again, the big 6'6.5".
Cooper is pushing, trying to drive his way towards the goal line, and Meslier still manages to get 2 hands to the punch out towards this near side touch line. Again, the ball is picked up by a blue shirt. Longman, infield it comes to Mitchell, and then across the middle and out to the right side before it's back in the centre circle with Mitchell again. Just curls a ball over the top, but that's going to carry out to play, and Leeds will get a throw in almost level with the edge of the Leeds box. And Sam Byram over in that left back position goes to retrieve the ball.
Well, we're in the 6th minute and we haven't made a pass yet. We just can't get out, can't get our foot on the ball. We've tried it with Meslier. They've been closing us down, pushing high up the pitch. And now let's see what we can do.
Millwall 1 more point gained so far this season than Leeds, 7 to Leeds 6. And have only played 3 of the home games, 3 games at home with a win and a defeat. And they drew away at Birmingham in their last game, which was something that Leeds didn't quite manage to achieve on their visit to St Andrews a little earlier, in the earlier stages that we're in of this current season. Leeds fans find their voices behind the goal, immediately drowned out by the whistles of the home supporters. Ball is cleared away, picked up again by Millwall in Leeds territory with Longman. He curls across into the penalty area, looking for Bradshaw at the far post. Back into the middle, ball drops and is bobbling around in there. Leeds trying to get bodies in the way of the shooter. Out to Bradshaw again, turns it into the middle. Big appeals for handball, breaks to the edge of the box, still alive for Millwall. Nonto does a good job in just closing the run of Mitchell down. Millwall come again down this left-hand side. Once more, Longman brings the ball onto his right foot, and again he just puts it in the penalty area. Meslier, oh, he's surely caught by Bradshaw. He is caught by Bradshaw, and it's going to be a free kick to Leeds United, because it went beyond Meslier, but Bradshaw was right in his ribs. Actually, Pascal Struijk, incredibly, the ball was dropping into the back of the net, and Struijk got back to clear it anyway, but Leeds will have a free kick.
Yeah, and that one just again chipped up into the box, and what Millwall are saying, go on then, attack it. But Meslier was there all day long, just about to catch it, and Bradshaw just jumped straight into him. Everyone around us certainly thought it was a goal. I'm not sure how. That was a foul all day long.
Leeds have it in the centre circle. Pass, a pass, and another pass.
No way.
And Leeds trying to work it forward, but then come back to Rodon, and then square to Struijk. Up to Byram, halfway line. He's got a bit of space there, Sam Byram, to operate in. Goes wide to Nonto, just in the Millwall half. Back into the Leeds half it comes, and Struijk. Struijk to Nonto, left side touchline, halfway line now. Nonto into the middle to Ampadu, delivers back to Struijk. Prolonged period of possession for Leeds United for the first time in this game, in the 8th minute here at the Den, 0-0. Byram under pressure, goes back to Meslier in the D.
And we talked before the game, didn't we, about the atmosphere here and what it meant, and whether our new players would quite understand. Well, they've been given 7 minutes of exactly what it's all about here. It really is ferocious to start with, but now it's time to be brave and get that ball zipping around to a white shirt.
Leeds have a throw in, far side. Nonto has the ball at his feet, and infield to Ampadu. Ampadu sees the run of Byram, goes short instead, square to Nonto. Nonto comes back to Pascal Struijk. Overcast day, quite muggy here, quite warm, but the threat of rain maybe even before this game is over.
Well, you say warm, Bryn.
Well, it is actually, isn't it? When you take your coat off.
Well, that's true.
Ayling on to Archie Gray. And I think that's Archie's first touch in this game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a tackle, good tackle as well. Wins the throw-in for us right in front of us here.
Gary Rowett, little mischievously, throws the ball over the head of Luke Ayling, who wanted to take a quick throw. It's all smiles. Nonto now has space. Leeds pushing forward down the left-hand side with Nonto carrying it up towards the edge of that Millwall penalty area. Throws further wide to Byram from the touchline, and he tries to get the ball into the middle, and it's cleared away from the edge of the 6-yard box. And Leeds have a throw-in, and it's in a mid-position between the corner flag and what would be the opposite, the marker point at the edge of the penalty area. So Byram well advanced down that far touchline into Pirro, but definitely his first touch. And now Nonto. Back to Struijk on the halfway line, who's been considerably busier so far. Now Nonto has it left side. Seeing a little of the ball now as well. Tried to play it into the path of Byram, I think, there. Or maybe it was Pirro. But
I think Ruter's made the run into that channel.
Yeah,
I think it's important. Byram's actually pushing up, nice and high and getting plenty of the ball so far. But Millwall, big and strong, 3 centre halves at the back. No nonsense players there, making good challenge on Ruter.
Actually, you've got to remember, he prefers Jorginho, and he's on the ball now as Jorginho. And he's into the penalty area, and it's a good, strong challenge. But it results in the first corner kick of the game. And it was Jorginho's first significant moment of action there that brought it about, because he just carried the ball and had a run and invited the defensive challenge that brings the corner kick that Somerville is now going to deliver into the penalty area for Leeds. Somerville gives the signal. in swinger towards the near post. It was almost met by Pascal Strout. It was met by Pascal Strout, but it came straight into his midriff, I think, and he couldn't control it, right in front of, well, just to the left of the post, and it went behind for a goal kick.
Wow, what a fantastic delivery that was, and you would have thought that the guys jumping for the ball at the near post would get some sort of flick on. It didn't. It went to Pascal Strout, you're right, but came to him so quickly and high up on his thigh and into his stomach. Had no real opportunity to get it on target.
First good moment of the game in an attacking sense for Leeds United. Ball is back in the Leeds half again. Strout wins a header. Pirro back in his own half. You can hear the wind now blowing again across the den. As the ball is through the middle. Rodon's little cushion header down to Ampadu. Gray does really well. Lovely work from Archie Gray in midfield to get the ball to Pascal Strout. Down the channel to Nonto. Nonto back in field to Ampadu, just outside the Leeds penalty area. And he goes all the way back to Meslier, as Archie Gray's name is on the lips of the Leeds fans behind the goal. Pirro, now space for Nonto. Can set off towards and to cross the halfway line, which he does. Byram's outside of him. He gives it to Sam Byram now. He's blocked off and he's fouled there by Nonto.
It's Ryan Leonard. He did that before as well. That's what Nonto was complaining about to the referee, because what Gnonto's doing well is getting one of the centre-halves come out and try and attack, but Gnonto, fast, quick, nippy against Leonard, just that much slower. But Leonard's ran into him the first time, and this time did it again, and rightly so. Gnonto gets his free kick.
So Leeds have a chance to put a ball into the Millwall penalty area. The free kick's a long way out the box, so way beyond shooting range. But Somerville will have the chance to aim at one of those white shirts now gathering on the edge of the Millwall D. The free kick is out towards the left as Leeds look at it. A line of white shirts and blue shirts on the edge of the box. In it comes now towards the keeper, and he punches down and he punches away, and it's hooked up towards the halfway line where only Ampadu waits to pick up possession again for Leeds. Bielkowski's in goal for Millwall because the number one is out injured. As Meslier comes out the penalty area and heads the ball to Luke Ayling. Ampadu round the corner to Gray, just intercepted by Wallace before it arrives at the feet of Archie Gray. So Leeds end up with a throw in.
Just a little slack there, wasn't it, from Ampadu? Rather than just launching it back in, just tries to play a 1-2, gives the ball away. But Meslier, good position to tidy things up at the back with the header.
Somerville wins a throw in again for Leeds, almost identical position to the one that Luke Ayling has just taken, so he's still in place to take this one.
Great throw.
Along the throw to Ampadu, he's in space. It was a good throw he had from Luke Ayling, good vision. And now Byram. And now Byram will work the ball forward for Leeds down the far side. Up to Nonto it goes. Back to Byram, who's on the byline. Cuts it back into the middle. Pirro was waiting, didn't quite arrive with Pirro. And then Joel Pirro just leans into the back of the Millwall man, and he drops to the floor, Leonard, and they get a free kick, which they take quickly. And it's a run race between Rodon and Bradshaw, the two Welsh guys again up against each other. Rodon comfortably comes out on top. Oh, Meslier, touch was heavy, invited the forward run, and Leeds have lost it on the edge. Ayling just gets his head in the way of the ball, and then he gets a block on. Incredible bravery from Luke Ayling. Just moved his head in the way of the ball. He was lying on the floor, and he knew he had to do something to make sure that they couldn't get forward. Crazy stuff. Leeds now are counter-attacking as Millwall lose possession, and it's Jorginho out to Nonto, just outside the penalty area. In it comes to Jorginho. Now Pirro, little tap finish! Oh, what a goal that is! What a counter-attack from Leeds United! Rolled in by Pirro, and it's the away side who celebrate. It's Millwall 0, Leeds United 1.
What a fantastic goal. That is how to counter. And yes, Millwall, they're complaining, but for no reason whatsoever. Because Ayling, you're right, showed great bravery. We made a right mess of it, didn't he, initially, Ayling? But on the ground, headed it, and somehow we get the ball back, but then we carve them open. And the speed that we got the ball forward, Jorginho gets it out, certainly to Gnonto on the left-hand side. A couple of 1-2s, and Jorginho, the way he rolled the ball into Pirro was superb. And the ex-Swansea man, well, we bought a striker to be calm in those situations. That's exactly what he was. Slots it into the bottom right corner. It's a brilliant goal.
So Leeds for the first time this season, are in front in a game. So now the challenge. Keep it, hold it, build on it. Millwall, who've made such an all-action start to this game, who one moment were attacking Leeds menacingly in the penalty area, and the next were seeing the ball hit the back of their own net. Millwall have the ball outside the centre circle. Some of those Leeds voices are raised just a little bit higher. Great tackle by Byram. Sets Gnonto off again down that left-hand side. Jorginho through the middle. Pirro, just ahead of him. Really nice idea from Gnonto. Pirro was, 2 yards away from getting there ahead of Bielkowski, who slid out to pick the ball up.
I think what's clear is we get the ball to our front four, we're going to cause havoc, aren't we? And already they're showing it, because when Millwall are on the front foot pushing bodies forward, the space is there on the counter, and that quality, I've already seen it once, almost saw it again there.
Rodon, header from the back, and Wallace nods it forward to Longman, gets the return, and then Somerville does well actually against the big guy, and the ball comes off Somerville and out for a Millwall throw, almost on the halfway line. Gary Rowett clearly disgruntled, I think, about what Millwall claimed was a foul in the build-up to the goal. So his protestations still continue with the fourth official down below.
I thought the Millwall player was looking for the foul, wasn't he? No challenge was there. He went down, rightly so. The referee said play on.
Leeds set off again with Gnonto through the middle. Blue shirts are plenty around him. He's caught, and Leeds take a quick free kick to keep the momentum of this attack going. Pirro has it to Ampadu, just outside the centre circle. Ethan Ampadu's forced back by the presence of Mitchell in there, and it goes on to Gnonto, but again he's finding good pockets of spaces. Gnonto, nobody picking him up, so he just comes off, offers himself as a pass. Jorginho, and he's fouled on that far side. Well, I thought he was fouled on that far side, but the referee says the ball's gone out of play, and instead I think it's going to be a Millwall throw-in.
Well, I think Ryan Leonard's fortunate there, because Jorginho has tried to knock it past the centre half, who then just cleaned him out, but he's cleaned him out over the touchline. But I think the ball went out at the same time from the touch from Jorginho, so throw in on that far side.
We are heading into the 19th minute here at the Den. Millwall 0, Leeds United 1. Ball up in the air on the halfway line. Wind blows across the pitch again. The ground that Millwall left behind is remembered by the Cold Blow Lane end that is away to our right-hand side, and that's the wind that you're hearing there, here in the Docklands area of South London.
Yes, I certainly remember that old ground as well. Played there many moons ago. Not the friendliest of places, I have to say.
I mean, this isn't exactly Happy Valley.
Good point.
Joe Rodon with the ball in the Leeds half. Ampadu, halfway line. Pirro works some space for himself. He's in the centre circle. He's got Byram going wide of him. Byram will surely get the ball now. He does. Byram just in from the touchline. Forces the ball forward to Gnonto. Gnonto cuts it back to Ampadu. Still in the Millwall half. Infield to Somerville. Somerville also moving from left to right. Now out to Gnonto. A lot of space for Gnonto on that far touchline to move the ball up to the edge of the penalty area. Into Byram. Little return ball to Gnonto. Can he get the ball back into the middle? Gives it back to Byram. He's got time to measure it up now. A pass instead to Somerville. Somerville, short layoff for Jorginho. Ampadu waits. Ampadu takes the shot, takes the deflection. It goes behind for a Leeds corner.
Once again, really good play and understanding between Somerville and Gnonto, and Jorginho as well. Just knocking it in and around. Couldn't quite get behind them. And then we just find that space. In the end, Ampadu thought, right, I'll take charge. Got it out of his feet. Went for goal. Deflected for that corner kick. But that certainly first 7-8 minutes seems a long time ago now, because we really are getting hold of that ball and finding really good areas of the pitch in that last third.
Somerville to deliver again. Curls it in. Oh, it's come through a crowd. And it dropped right on the edge of the 6-yard box, and it's swiped behind by the central defender, Cooper. Could have gone anywhere off Cooper's thigh. It went over the crossbar for another Leeds corner near side.
Well, Somerville has whipped in a fantastic ball, and if I was him, I'll be having a go now at my centre-halves and my strikers to say, where the hell were you? Because it's a perfect ball. How no one has got on the end of that? I just don't understand it. It bounced in that 6-yard box at the back post when really runners should be going across and tapping it home.
This will be an outswinger from Somerville from this near side. The ball heads up from Byram. Pirro's underneath it. Ayling back to goal. Tries to get one over his own shoulder. And Bielkowski, ball's high up in the air. Claims it, stretches his arms above his head, brings the ball into his hands.
Well, I have to say, we've had, 4 or 5 corner kicks, and 3 or 4 of them been right on the money. The delivery from Somerville has been superb.
Leeds have been chopping and changing with the corner takers through the course of the season so far. Maybe they've found the man. Bielkowski with the right foot ball forward into the Leeds half. Rodon wins a header against Bradshaw. Nonto picks it up and just knocks it back to Sam Byram, who's happy to slow things down a little, and then rolls it into space for Jorginho, halfway line. Jorginho, step over, carries the ball well into Somerville. Somerville can run forward for Leeds here. Somerville into Pirro in the D, and now just behind Jorginho, who continued his forward run. And then it's played long up into the Leeds half, defended. Strout, well, he had time just to measure the backward header to Meslier there, but he's got his angles all wrong. He's exasperated, no wonder with himself, because he's headed it behind for a Millwall corner that really didn't need to be.
No, that was a mistake there from Pascal. Got everything wrong instead of just heading it back to the keeper, but we saw just earlier Jorginho with the step over, acceleration, and after that, we're up against the back three, looking like we might go on and score again, yet now giving away a corner kick.
It's cut back short this time to Mitchell, and then out towards the edge of the area. Spooned up in for Bradshaw, who half volleys the ball into the near post, and it was all a bit scrappy and all a bit messy, and it ends up in the hands of Meslier.
Well, just about. It was a training ground corner kick that went badly wrong, but almost rather well. But here we are again. I just feel now we're starting to get those second balls as well. It's not Millwall that are picking them up. Oh, quick deep breath, Bryn.
Meslier again with a heavy touch as the ball is being played around that Leeds penalty area, and Bradshaw was in his face, but it wasn't too heavy, and he managed to make the pass to a teammate successfully. Meslier again with the ball at his feet in the D. This time he does deliver long. Somerville jumps about 15 seconds before that ball was dropping into him, because he was up against Cooper in there, up against Murray Wallace rather, and he knew that he wasn't going to compete with him in the air, so he thought he'd set off early, I think.
Yeah, but he missed the ball about 5 yards. That was the problem, and jumped into the player. So it's a free kick to Millwall. So 5 yards inside their own half, and we only know where this is going. Launched as far and as long into the box, or towards the box as it can, but we're holding a high line, aren't we? About 10-15 yards outside the 18-yard line.
So there you see this now. Usually people take short free kicks from those sorts of positions. Big appeal from the home fans for a free kick that again isn't given. We know what happened last time. Jorginho to Ayling. First time ball over the top. Somerville has got into the edge of the penalty area. Little nod into his own path. Tries to get the ball out and up and over the goalkeeper. And it drops just beyond the far post. And for a moment there, it looked like it might be dropping into the back of the net. Somerville did a great job to get anything on that one towards goal. Leeds win it back on the halfway line.
Wow, that was almost an incredible goal. Brilliant ball. Run into the channel by Somerville. You thought he's so wide, what can he do with it? Well, he almost found the far bottom corner from such an acute angle. Brilliant effort.
Leeds have it again in the Millwall half. Byram to Nonto. Nonto. Rodon now at the back. Takes it away from Bradshaw and gives it to Nonto on the halfway line. 25th minute. Millwall 0, Leeds United 1. Pirro with the goal. Nonto enjoying himself at the moment as he's clattered to the ground as he was setting off on a bit of a run there, level with the halfway line. Campbell came in, brought him down, so it will be a Leeds free kick.
Well, Campbell's had a few fouls now, and shirt pulling back, and somehow still hasn't gone into the book. And Nonto's getting a lot of the ball because Byram's kind of pushed up higher and taking care of the wing back, and that indecision then is allowing Nonto 5 yards of space to get hold of the ball.
Rodon from the back out towards Archie Gray on this near side. Gray into Ampadu. Ampadu forward to Somerville. Somerville halfway line to Ampadu short. Ampadu can go out wide left side. There's a lot of space over on that far side. Byram offers himself, and so does Nonto. Nonto has it. Byram's set off on a forward run, but Nonto's come in field, and then Ampadu's gone back to Strouk, and Strouk's gone further back to Meslier. Meslier with the ball in the D. Pushes it on to Pirro in his own half. Pirro lays it off nicely and brings Strauch in and creates a bit of space.
That's what it's all about,
the big hole that he's left behind. Don't miss much, me. Byram just outside the penalty area, laid into Somerville, and it comes out for Jorginho not once but twice. Tries to keep the ball alive for Leeds United. Ultimately, it's given away. And Millwall trying to work it through the midfield themselves here now. Still in their own half. Leeds pressing. Back on the edge of the Millwall penalty area with Cooper, who goes wide to Norton Cuffy, the young full-back. Helps it forward and then cuts it back. And then further back into his own half again to Cooper. Across the back to Wallace. And Wallace looks forward and then looks down the line to Longman, who has it to cross it now into the penalty area. Defended from the edge of the box. Comes out for Wallace again. Millwall keep the men forward here. Pressure on Leeds. Wallace, in fact, almost on the byline, and Gray has slid in and just makes the block as he tried to hook his foot around the ball to get into the penalty area, and it goes behind, and it's a Millwall corner.
I think all our players were expecting the ball to get launched in the box at some point. Instead, they played a good 1-2 down this left-hand side, and it was Murray Wallace doing the overlap, trying to get the ball across. Archie Gray makes a good challenge, but yet again, this is where Millwall are dangerous. Set pieces, another corner kick.
So the players crowd around the goalkeeper once more as the ball is swung in now. Meslier with the pad down into the path of Jorginho.
Wow.
It was almost basketball style, volleyball style there. Just pushed it down onto the ground. A great ball forward from Jorginho. Somerville surely caught there. And the referee is going to give handball against Somerville, but actually he's allowing advantage because Millwall have possession anyway. Somerville thought he'd been fouled, so he slid across the turf. Handled the ball expecting the free kick, didn't get it. Well, there was a free kick, but it was going to be awarded the other way.
Yeah, and I think that's where the player is actually trying to referee the game, and referees don't like that. I think you're right, could have been a foul, might not have been, but let the referee decide.
Carry on in the meantime.
Yeah.
Millwall have it midway inside the Leeds half, right through the middle with Mitchell into a little pocket of space for Denore, the Belgian, curled into the penalty area. Get Denore on the edge of the box. Plays it into Bradshaw, turns and shoots. Rodon is there covering, and it comes off Rodon. It goes behind. It's another Millwall corner.
Just got to be strong. You see this little period out. There's a couple of corner kicks now in quick succession. Crowd noise is up, but I think Mellier's dealt with these pretty well. The last one, though, came at him very quickly, and he just, you're right, patted it down, fortunately, to Jorginho and not to a Millwall player.
So another in-swinging corner to be delivered into the crowd in that 6-yard box. This one goes deep, actually, right across the penalty area. May yet go out to play over on the far side. That's what Luke Ayling would like to see happen. And Luke Ayling, unconventional as ever, throws himself to the ground just as the ball is about to go over the far side touchline to ensure that his opponent can't get to it. And Leeds end up with a throw-in by the corner flag.
You could see that happening so far before. Oh, Ayling just the flop without the ball this time, making sure he couldn't get there. But we get the throw-in on the far side.
Done some of his best work on the ground in this game, Luke Ayling. If you remember the moment where he put his head in the way of the ball as he was lying flat on the turf at the very start of the move that led to the only goal of the game so far in the 30th minute here. And Millwall throw the ball back to the goalkeeper, who rolls it and then delivers it long into the Leeds half again. Strauch battling with Bradshaw, gets the header down and into the path of Nisbet, cleared away from the edge of the box by Byram, who'd seen the danger. Somerville in the middle of the Leeds half, does well, good control, carries the ball, shows too much of it though to Norton Cuffy, who'd stepped across to make a block run, and now Millwall have it just outside the Leeds penalty area on this left side with Nisbet. Man in space is Longman. Longman's in the penalty area on his right foot. Shoots! Great save, Meslier. Terrific reaction. Got to his left-hand side and pushed the ball and got away from goal. That has saved Leeds for sure. Longman could not believe how much space and time he was given then to line up that shot. As Ampadu does well defensively there. And now Gnonto has it. And players almost pause to draw breath after that crazy sequence. Now Ampadu for Leeds United. Swings the ball out to this near side to Ayling. heads it infield to Pirro. Not accurate though. But the touch from Wallace is heavy, and it comes out for a Leeds United throw-in right down below as Daniel Farke emerges, as ever, in the black anorak.
Yeah, he's talking to Ayling, because Ayling actually retreated into the box. Instead, Longman was in so much space. He should have been going out there, closing him down, because there was, players behind him. Rodon was behind him, so the communication there. And sometimes defenders, you think, the best thing is to go, backwards on your line. That's how you defend. No, it's not. He's going to pick up men. They're the ones that score, not the space.
Well, Longman he's playing down the left for Millwall, but he's a right-footed player. So that's exactly the situation he wants, isn't it? To have it on the left side of the penalty area, to get it onto his right foot. That's where the space is, and he almost exploited it with the best effort on goal for Millwall for sure, and it required a really good stop from Meslier.
Yeah, it certainly was a good stop, wasn't it? But so avoidable. Yet I do think going forward, look dangerous. Hit Somerville again. Oh, my goodness.
A little nudge in the back from Somerville there, just as things were shaping in his direction. And that's caused a free kick to be awarded.
Yeah, but the big, strong centre-half should be embarrassed the way that he's just gone down there. Little touch from the mighty Somerville, and suddenly he's flat on the deck.
Yeah, it's a bit of a physical mismatch,
well,
isn't
exactly,
it,
but yeah. Anyway, free kick to Millwall.
Goalkeeper's come out of the penalty area to take it. Gets the breeze behind it. It's blowing in that direction towards the Leeds penalty area, where Meslier collects the ball now. Meslier waits for Bradshaw to arrive and then picks it up quickly and then rolls it out to Pascal Struijk.
And Gnonto and Somerville have just swapped wings for now, but it's still Jorginho up top and Pirro in that hole. And you have to say, I think the match against Ipswich, it worked extremely well. Against West Brom, did not work very well at all. But here we're seeing, once again, that partnership just improving. And there's been some really good interplay already between those two, as well as the two wide men.
Mitchell, though, for Millwall, through the middle of the Leeds half. Ampadu's done well again, emerging from the crowd with the ball. I was in Riga to watch Wales in midweek, and Ethan Ampadu had an excellent game for the national team. Joe Rodon was really good as well. And Ampadu is showing that level of maturity in the heat of this fixture as well at the moment.
Yeah, and I think in the first couple of minutes I actually saw Ethan Ampadu just tell everyone just to calm down, keep a cool head. Yes, we know we're going to get this attack for the first few minutes, but let's just see the moment through. And now, of course, he's there dictating play. Our player of the month as well, Anthony Ampadu.
Very well deserved.
Absolutely. Made a great start to life here at Ellen Road.
Meslier, just in case you're confused, life at Ellen Road. We're
that
here
as well.
At the Den.
Oh
yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, bit of a difference.
We're a long way from home. We're watching Somerville attack down the far side for Leeds. Infield it comes to Byram. Back to Somerville. Down that left side. Bit of space for Somerville now. Gets the ball closer to the edge of the penalty area. Just invites the defender to make a first and then a second challenge. And he's caught, the defender that is, by Somerville's outstretched foot. And he goes to ground, and Millwall get another free kick off the diminutive Leeds attacker.
That one was a foul, to be fair. Just tripped centre-half Ryan Leonard. I think it's a good battle out there.
So, again, the goalkeeper, as we've seen throughout so far, sends everybody forward as he takes the free kick himself. Bradshaw's header from the far side. Ampadu underneath it. Hooks the ball up to the halfway line. Jorginho Ruter battling away in there. Doesn't get a free kick he was hoping for. So Millwall with Longman down this left side. Takes the ball into the middle. Gives it to Campbell. And then Leonard back across the back to Wallace, who's got it beyond Gnonto. And Denore now plays the ball back into the advance run of Wallace. Now Longman on his right foot to maybe cross the ball in here. No, he goes across the middle instead and picks the ball out to Campbell. Campbell out to the far side of the penalty area. And Norton Cuffy with a short ball back to Campbell. Still operates on the edge of that Leeds box. Ampadu will try and see this out, and he does a fine job of doing that. Crashes the ball against the hoardings as Leeds are going to get a goal kick, and we are 10 minutes away from the end of the first half.
Excellent play from Ampadu. Again, just goes with the runner, nice and strong, allowing the ball to go out, but He's got to be careful of this Longman here on this left-hand side, because you're right, very heavily right-footed, and he jinks inside, but the space he's been allowed to then use, I thought the ball was going to be crossed in when he did get that yard of space. Instead he went to the right. We ended up defending it well, but just got to be aware of that.
Meslier sends his 2 defensive partners away because they are being watched closely, so it means Meslier is going to only go long, which he does now. Jorginho, good flick on actually from Jorginho, but where he was hoping somebody would make the run over his shoulder, they hadn't, so it went straight through to Bielkowski. He drops the ball to the turf, delivers long. Rodon battling away with Nisbet this time, wins it in the air. Somerville loses it on the ground. Millwall have it back in their own half just with Wallace. Somerville goes in, and Jorginho almost worked a little break off the midfielder there, who'd got caught in possession between Jorginho and Somerville. Goalkeeper ultimately gets the ball up into the Leeds half. Beyond Rodon, Ayling went with the decision to take the ball back, just about got away with it. Ampadu, he nods the ball, diving header back into Meslier, and proves to be a good decision because it means that the goalkeeper can get the ball under firm control and he can walk it slowly up towards the edge of the penalty area. Bradshaw comes in to try and chivvy him along a little there. Meslier tempts him in, teases him in, and then picks the ball up eventually after Bradshaw's twice had a little nibble at trying to get it off him. Meslier has it back again in the D to Pascal Struijk. Struijk, short ball infield to Ampadu, can look forward, sees the runners ahead of him, comes out. Nonto's got space down the right side this time. Ayling's out further, and he has the ball now, brings it infield into the midfield to Ampadu. Ampadu's got players out to his left, including Byram, who has the ball. Byram's up to the edge of the penalty area to Nonto, to Somerville rather. Somerville into the penalty box, makes room for the shot, gets into the middle. It's cleared away as far as Gray, gives it straight back to Ayling on his left foot, tries a drive on goal, blocked, and it comes out for Somerville. Now laid off for Byram. Byram into Jorginho. Jorginho trying to shape for the shot, goes down, and a hand in the back, but the referee's having none of it. And the only free kick he awards is to Millwall for a foul by Pirro. And Jorginho looks long and hard in the ref's direction. But I think maybe better option there, stay on your feet and see what happens.
Yeah, I think he was just readying for a challenge to be made on him, goes down, and it didn't look a free kick, but I just thought he was trying to produce a piece of magic on the edge of that box. Confidence is there, but unfortunately he couldn't quite find that space to get a shot on goal.
Ayling in the air, drops for Longman instead, beyond Luke Ayling, so Rodon's come across. A strong, brave header from Joe Rodon, and he's felt the impact as he challenged with Longman there, and he stays down. Hands to his head, Joe Rodon, and he went in where he had to go in as a central defender, and he's taken a whack for his troubles.
Yeah, that's a head injury, and just an honest attempt at the ball, but Longman just got there first with his head. Longman's fine, but Rodon clearly is still not okay, lying on the back. They're taking every precaution with him, I'm sure. Hopefully he will be okay, but just looking down there, there's a lot of players around him and physios and doctors there as well.
Luke Ayling's having a long conversation with referee Kavanagh, and Willie Nonto stands over the prone figure of Joe Rodon as well, and words are being exchanged with the medical team in attendance and those who are closer to the dugout.
Daniel Farker as well has just got Somerville, Jorginho and Pirro, 3 of our strike force down there, and talking to them as well, because they are making the difference. But another goal from one of those 3 and suddenly the game is very much in our favour. And that's what Farker is trying to explain to them, that keep doing what you're doing, but when you get those chances, let's put another one away.
Rodon sits up now with the assistance of the medical staff. It looks like a blow just above maybe one of his eyes there. They're holding some sort of bandage to his forehead, so there may be a dressing applied. as Joe Rodon continues to receive treatment down below. Both sets of players mill around waiting for the Leeds defender to get back on his feet. Hopefully we'll see that and see his further involvement in the game. Of course, Charlie Cresswell is on the bench for Leeds, who was here at Millwall. Had a pretty successful loan spell last season, as did Jamie Shackleton, who's also on the bench for Leeds United today. So they were greeted warmly by members of the Millwall coaching staff when the team arrived earlier.
Yes, and talking to one or two of the locals here, they were very impressed with both players. And they said, I think Charlie Cresswell certainly had a great stint here. And Jamie Shackleton, they said in the second half of the season, produced some really good performances as well.
Charlie Cresswell endeared himself to the Millwall supporters by scoring a couple of goals on his debut, didn't he?
That helps.
So Joe Rodon, I think, is going to get back to his feet finally now. And yeah, there's quite a blow there, isn't there? We're quite a distance away, but I think we can see that over the left eye. There may be some swelling there. There's some dressing there. But I think he's been given the all clear to continue from what we can ascertain from up here in the upper tier of the main stand. And yeah, there's a further plaster of some description to be applied to that wound. So the game, he's off the pitch now. So I wonder whether the game, he's going to be bandaged up here, Joe Rodon. Looks a tricky one because it's right above the eye line. The game starts again. So Leeds down to 10. Strout, the one remaining central defender out there. Piro's come back in to help out. And the ball is in the centre circle and Millwall have possession of it.
And Padu's just dropped back in there.
Natural switch for him to make. He's played in that role many times before. Joe Rodon almost ready to come back on for Leeds United now. Longman on this near side takes it inside of Ayling, and Nonto holds him off successfully. As well, actually, there, really, Nonto. And then he's absolutely cleaned out by Wallace. So all in all, a terrific bit of defending there by Nonto. First of all, to stay with his man, hold him away from the ball, and then to carry it out and draw the free kick, which allows Rodon back on the pitch and gives Leeds a chance to get a ball up into that Millwall half.
Yeah, it really was good play from Nonto, but Longman certainly is key to this Millwall side. Just got to try and keep him quiet. It was good defending from Nonto.
Meslier delivers. Ayling, ball loops up in the air. He goes for a second header, comes down for Somerville. In it goes to Piro. His touch was a little heavy, so Cooper clears. Ampadu nods it down for Byram. Still in the Millwall half. Out towards the left side and Somerville. Back to the halfway line and beyond to Byram. Byram's under pressure, gives it back to Somerville. Back into his own half to Ampadu. Ampadu looks forward, gets a good ball into Nonto. Nonto actually, I think he deliberately let it run there, knowing Jorginho was beyond him. If he had, Jorginho hadn't read it and didn't make the move, and Millwall end up with a throw-in on this near side.
Yes, it broke down, but it's good movement and good awareness from Ampadu to get the ball and play it forward. And Jorginho then reacted afterwards, closed Millwall down. They get a throw-in down here, but it's just good play, making sure they can't get out easy.
Millwall in possession in their own half. On this near side, he comes down the line to Bradshaw, who's come back deep to win it. Now he's making movement forward. Look at the space down the right side for Norton Puffy, who's up to the edge of the penalty area. Just clips the ball up into the middle. Good header from Ayling. Still alive though for Longman in the penalty box. Again onto his right foot. Plays the ball out for the shot. The drive forward from Mitchell, but it flies high over the crossbar. And no danger for Ilham Meslier there.
No, and Kevin Nisbet is down inside the 6-yard box. He went for the ball when it was up in the air, but Luke Ayling won it comfortably at that back post. And just looking down, 5 extra minutes in this first half.
Yeah, it seems about right.
Yep.
5 added minutes. Despite that, a number of the Millwall fans around us in the stand are heading down into the refreshment areas below.
Don't know why, they might miss our second goal.
That's a good point. Let's hope it's right. Meslier with the goal kick. Jorginho beaten in the air by Cooper. Byram looping header forward. Jorginho rolls it off to Gnonto. Gnonto held off the ball, muscled out of it by Wallace. Millwall can come now from the halfway line. Pushed up to Nisbet, who's level with the edge of the Leeds box. Looking to get a cross in here, plays it in short, straight to Archie Gray. The Leeds launch a counter-attack themselves now. Gnonto, well, he's fouled there again, Gnonto. It's just the control he has over the ball when it's close to him, and he just rolls away from the challenge, and he's again swept to the ground.
He is, and he's brave on the ball as well. He knows he's going to get whacked, but that close control is very good. He shifts and turns, and once he does that, the challenge comes in. Up in the air he goes, wins the free kick time and time again.
Meslier a long way out the penalty area to take it. Down this near side. Jorginho beaten to it by Wallace, comes down for Gray, gives it back to Ayling. Infield it comes to Ampadu. Ampadu just tries to lift it up and see what happens. Jorginho will chase, and Bielkowski will see that one out and behind for a goal kick. And Jorginho spins on his toes and just turns and jogs back towards the halfway line, where basically the players of both sides await this goal kick. Bielkowski over the halfway line. Rodon, header, strong with the bandaging on now. Gray as well wins a good header. Gnonto to Pirro. Pirro holds off a first challenge.
Excellent.
Brings Byram into the play down the left side. On it goes for Somerville, operating ahead of Sam Byram. Crescencio Somerville can't get the ball in to make the cross. Goes off his toes and out for a throw in. And Byram's up there to take it for Leeds. We've had 2.5 of the added 5 minutes. Down the line to Pirro. Back to Byram. Heads for the byline. Sam Byram gets to it and wins a corner. Does really well there. Sudden burst of pace from the fullback, and just put enough pressure on Norton Cuffy to make sure that the only place he could put it was behind. And Leeds have a chance with a couple of minutes of this first half remaining to put pressure on Millwall again with this set piece.
And the deliveries from Somerville have been extremely good. He's over the ball again, but good work from Byram down that left-hand side. Had a very good first half.
So Somerville with the in-swinger. Ayling was underneath it, waiting for it, and it came off the head of Luke Ayling, off the top of the head, as it turned out, of Luke Ayling, and all the way out over this near side for a Millwall throw-in down by the corner flag.
Actually, good delivery again to that back stick. I think Ayling was more concerned with getting above his opponent rather than actually watching the flight of the ball. Got to the ball, but just got underneath it.
So we're watching Millwall throw the ball down the near side touch line. Leeds with Pirro, and then Cooper heads it away from Millwall. Ampadu down into the path of Gnonto. Gnonto nods it down, tries to create space for himself. It's kept in play, and Meslier has to come out of the penalty area, and is just happy to clear into touch as we move into the final minute of the 5, and Millwall have a throw-in in the Leeds half. So Longman down this left side will take it, goes back to Wallace. And further back then to Cooper, across the back to Leonard. Somerville goes to put pressure on, so Leonard has to go back to the keeper. Oh, poor clearance. Now then, Jorginho has gone down trying to chase the through ball. Goalkeeper made a right hash of the clearance forward. It was into the path of Jorginho. As he set off to run across the defender, he went to ground, looked to the referee, and as has been previously the case there, the referee said nothing doing.
That's strange, because Jorginho has flown after the ball. Cooper looked like he might have touched Jorginho, so if he didn't, then surely the referee would book Jorginho. He didn't. Cooper didn't appeal either, so very strange.
Last few seconds now as Luke Ayling prepares to deliver a throw-in down the near side touchline, and indeed right on the 5th added minute, the whistle is blown, and so Leeds United can head straight off to the tunnel, content in the knowledge that so far in this game it's been a job well done.
Most certainly they had to weather the storm, certainly the first 6-7 minutes. After that, I thought we got the ball down really well, and once we got it to a front four player, always looked dangerous. Some great counter-attacking play. You can hear what the Millwall fans think of the referee, but I thought he's handled it overall pretty darn well. We were certainly the better side. Always got to be wary, of course, of set pieces, long throws. If we can defend those well, win those second balls, and then I think our quality really can take over. So at 1 goal, it's a nice position to be in, but another one would be nice. Let's see.
So far, so good. We're here at the Den, and the scoreline reads Millwall 0, Leeds United 1. Just over 2,000 travelling Leeds fans here in an attendance that's just short of 18,000 at the Den this Sunday lunchtime. Leeds have the game underway, looking to protect that advantage gained and created in the first period. Meslier with the ball forward for Leeds. No changes either side, it would appear, at half-time. Pirro for Leeds on the halfway line. Tries to thread it through for Somerville, intercepted by Mitchell, and then delivered back into Bielkowski. And he then plays it long from the edge of the penalty area, direct down the middle. Strout wins a header, centre circle. Nonto can't find Jorginho, and it goes back to the keeper again. And Nonto slaps his hands together in frustration, chases out to the near side to Denore, recent signing for Millwall, come from Belgium. Leuven has the ball again on this near side, finds space, rolls the ball into Bradshaw. Bradshaw shot straight at Meslier, who beats the ball away from goal. Clear sight on goal for the Millwall number 9, and Meslier closed the space and pushed the ball away. First chance of the half goes to the home team.
A little lazy on this right-hand side here. Denore got into space. No one really was picking him up. The ball to Bradshaw was a good one. And the shot from the striker, fortunately, was straight at Meslier, who stood tall, makes a good save.
So Millwall have the throw in into the penalty area. Long it goes, heads go up, and it drops, I think, off the head of Ampadu into the path of Meslier, who comes and gathers it up gratefully, and then thinks about a quick throw out and bowls it out to this near side to Byram. So a let-off in the early stages of this second period for Leeds United.
Well, that would have woken us up, surely. We need to make sure we get back at it.
Byram trying to do just that now. Out to Nonto, left side, in an advanced position for Leeds. Nonto, defender in front of him, gives it to Byram. Tries to play the 1-2. Defender's got in Nonto's way. Referee looks at it, doesn't award a free kick as Millwall clear away. Rodon, strong header up to the edge of the box to the Millwall penalty area. Byram was trying to sniff around in there and get it. Ampadu wins a header in midfield to Pirro. Pirro back to Ampadu. Delivers wide to this near side to Nonto. Nonto into Byram. And then Nonto is clattered to the ground by Norton Cuffy. Nothing given. Leeds have it with Ampadu. Ampadu keeps it away from Bradshaw. Gives it to Ayling. Ayling infield to Somerville. Somerville sees the run of Jorginho. Oh, almost got down the defender Wallace over on that far side down the channel there, but Wallace slid a leg out. Just about managed to control the ball. The opportunity was gone.
Almost really good play from us trying to slide in Jorginho, but Wallace with equally good defending.
Norton Cuffy on this near side. Norre. Strout steps in front of him. Two Belgians in opposition there. Pascal Strout is fouled, so Leeds will get a free kick as the Millwall man just left a foot in as Strout cleared that ball into touch.
Strout with a couple of important headers, and that was certainly an important challenge. Norre down this right-hand side is getting a bit of joy early in this second half. Got to make sure we pick his runs up.
Short free kick. Strout to Byram. To Ampadu, and back to Strout again. Out to Byram. Forced back Sam Byram. Turns and now comes forward to Nonto. As Millwall fans take their seats in front of us, obscuring the line of vision to the pitch. Nonto's going to get booked here for a little shirt tug by Fancy. As Leonard got away from him down the near side touchline. Referee steps across, awards the free kick. You can hear what the home fans think about it. If he doesn't get a yellow card, I'm amazed. I'll be amazed.
I'm looking, and you know what? He's just going to get a talking to.
Wow.
Which is kind of in keeping with everything else we've seen, because there has been some challenges. You think, really? But he's let it go for both sides, you have to say. And that one there, well, very fortunate that Nonto hasn't got himself into the book.
So free kick to Millwall. They still have an opportunity to put the ball into the Leeds penalty area from just in from the near side touchline. And it's Longman over the ball. Curls it into the penalty area. Rodon heads it away. Comes out and is pushed back to Norton Cuffy, who just launches it back towards the edge of the box. Ayling's header loops up in the air, back into a crowd of blue shirts. Ayling comes again, wins the first header, and then goes after the second ball, and it's slid into touch by Mitchell for a Leeds United throw-in midway inside their own half.
Michelle Ayling does well over that far side to eventually clear the danger, but those sort of things are what we don't want to do. Just put fouls away, free kicks away, and then you're just heaping pressure on yourself. And Millwall no doubt have started the slightly better in this second half.
So Ayling, long walk back to get the ball back. In fairness to him, nobody helped him in terms of the retrieval of the ball swiftly there. So the throw is finally delivered. It's given away by Jorginho. Picked up by Ampadu, but a foul by Somerville on Bradshaw. And so Millwall have another free kick midway inside that Leeds half, through the middle this time.
Well, Bradshaw goes down rather easily. This time it is a foul, but yet again, free kick. Big boys are being sent up by Millwall. We are now a yard or two just outside the 18-yard box, holding a line where hopefully we can get to the ball first when the cross comes in.
So again, Longman is going to deliver. Flipped up into the penalty area. Heads go up and it's headed goalwards, and Meslier comes off his line and grabs the ball. And there's a little flare up inside the penalty area involving Ethan Ampadu and Ryan Leonard. And Meslier goes in to act as peacekeeper, and the players' teammates join in to keep them apart. Ethan Ampadu is never one to step out of a confrontation, and it's all calmed down now.
Yeah, that was much ado about nothing. But our free kick, and let's see if we can get back to playing football, because this physical side of the game is where Millwall will excel. They will certainly want it to be played like that, rough and tumble, ball just into the box, picking up scraps, second balls. We don't want that. We want to get on the ball and use our passing to beat the opposition.
Meslier headed on, free kick on that far side. He goes out of play. Leeds throw in a far advanced position, almost level with the edge of the Millwall box, and Ayling's gone to take it into Jorginho. Skips away from a couple of challenges, delivers it for Pirro just outside the box. His shot is blocked by Mitchell, slid into his path. And Denore on this near side. Ampadu actually does well to pull out the challenge on Denore there. If he'd caught him, guaranteed this time would have been a yellow card, but he managed to avoid contact.
He did, just as well. Getting a little tasty out there, so we've got to make sure we're on the right side of that. Not getting into any trouble with the referee. Keep all 11 players on the pitch.
Ball is in the Leeds half, but it's won back by Strout to Nonto. Nonto, good play inside of Norton Cuffy, and opens it up for Archie Gray now. Archie Gray out wide to Luke Ayling. Luke Ayling looking for the run of Somerville, almost wriggles away from the marker there. Wallace on that far side. Wallace recovers, but then gives the ball straight to Rodon.
Does well.
And now Ampadu drops a shoulder and charges forward for Leeds. Ampadu into the path of Ruter, and then falls over on the edge of the box as the attempt at a return ball doesn't find him. And then it's up in the air, and then Jorginho's underneath it.
Great play.
And then Jorginho does well again to set Leeds going. Before Millwall pick up on the far side. And then it's cleared up and over the halfway line. And it's a header down on that far side into the path eventually of, well, almost into the path of Denore. But now it's picked up by Byram, and Byram can open things up. Leeds have got men forward here as Byram knocks it on to Nonto just outside the penalty area. Nonto goes for the byline, cuts a great ball back into the middle, and it was beyond Somerville. It was the only white shirt waiting, and then Nonto looks across and says, "Where were you guys?" Perfect ball in.
And he's right to say exactly that. Pirro was on the edge, wanting it pulled back. Well, that's fine, so someone else must then fly across that 6-yard box. But that was great play from Byram as well. This time he just gave the ball to Nonto, said, "Okay, you're one-on-one there, go." He beats his man, puts in a delicious cross.
Ball is thrown down the far side touchline. Ayling wins the header for Leeds, but it goes straight to Cooper. Picked up on the halfway line by Byram. On to Nonto. Back into his own half to Strout. The Millwall roar goes up. Familiar noise at this stadium. Luke Ayling. Crossfield ball. I think Nonto's going to have to race to get to this one. Well, he's going to try, but it was too far ahead of him down the line. He applauds the effort, but it goes out for a Millwall throw-in. Home supporters doing their bit here.
They're a noisy lot.
It's not even a chant, is it? It's a noise. It's unique to the Millwall Stadium. Leeds fans respond behind the goal. All 2,000 plus of them. Byron, good footwork initially at least, but then the ball goes out of play. Very, very loud indeed.
What is going on
here? Hard to work. It must be hard to play. I don't know. Norton Cuffy. Mitchell gives it away, scuffs it straight to Somerville. Somerville wants to move the ball forward. He's looking for the run. Somerville still holds on to the ball, gets away from the first challenge. Still going, Somerville. Out to the right side to Ayling. Oh, he's managed to stray offside, Luke Ayling. Must have been pretty tight, but maybe Somerville could be accused of perhaps holding on to that just a little bit too long.
Yeah, certainly could have played it earlier, but he did actually gain 4 or 5 yards, and I think Ayling just needed to hold his run slightly. No need. All he was trying to do was just find half a yard and get that cross in.
Ball is in the Leeds half. Ampadu, well won back by Leeds. Pirro, surrounded by blue shirts, tries to find a teammate, fails, and it's Millwall who put the ball into the middle. Strout with a header clear for Leeds, importantly. Pirro gets it back again, and then late challenge on Gray is a free kick for Leeds United.
Well, there's some challenges out there which, I got to say, from afar, I think are fouls, but referees allowing them to carry on, and that's why they get frustrated when finally he does give a foul, because it was pretty similar to a few others out there.
Strout to Byram. Byram forced back to Strout again. Down the line it goes, looking for Jorginho. Jorginho can't get to it, but I think Leeds have won a throw-in because of his presence, at least anyway, off Cooper. And so midway inside the Millwall half now, in fact a little further forward than that. Byram gives the ball back to Nonto. Nonto swings the ball from the left side to the right to Ayling, heads it back into the path of Somerville. Somerville holds control of the ball for Leeds United. Now Gray keeps it away from his opponent. Ayling tries to get down that far side, falls to the ground, says he was obstructed. Referee says you weren't. The ball goes out. Millwall get a throw.
I think Ayling needs to be aware that that's not going to work. With this referee, you're not going to get those sort of free kicks, and we're in a bit of a tight spot. He tries to win that free kick. Millwall really pressurising us. A lot of energy, that is no doubt. So we're finding it not so straightforward to play our game, but we've got to match that.
Ruter holds off the challenge of Cooper, and now suddenly it's launched forward, and there's bodies in there for Millwall before Rodon intercepts initially at least. Now Bradshaw's worked it back into the path of Longman. Brings the ball up for the home team. Bradshaw on that far side touchline. Works it back to Longman to cross it into the box. Curling in now. Heads go up. Nonto lets it go across the penalty area, but actually the final touch was, I think, off the top of the head of Byram, and it goes behind for a Millwall corner.
Got to get closer. Longman is just easily pushing it out to his right foot and then whipping that cross in. You can see what's going to happen a mile off, where you don't get anywhere near him, and it's a decent delivery again from Longman.
So pressure is on. Leeds United in the penalty area away to our right-hand side. The home supporters, as we hit the hour mark, 60th minute of this match, are loudly behind their team here. Leeds have got to withstand all of this as Longman delivers the corner towards the far side of the box. headers in. Ampadu leaps to clear. Nonto is underneath it when it comes out, and so is Gray, and he just sweeps it up and over the halfway line, and Jorginho hairs off after it, which means that Norton Cuffey's going to have to go all the way back to Bielkowski, and actually it was well defended from Leeds that. Bielkowski delivers back into Leeds half. Byram underneath it, gets the ball to Nonto, little ball into Pirro. Game is open now. Nonto trying to exploit that fact. Plays it to Somerville. Somerville into the penalty area. Somerville still in the box. Tries to go past the last challenger, Cooper, who at the vital moment just sticks a foot out and knocks the ball behind for a Leeds corner.
Well, it was excellent play, but once again, Nonto gets wiped out at the start of that move. Referee, rightly so, allows the advantage. And one-on-one, Somerville, you think he could take Cooper, couldn't you, the big centre-half, but he twisted and turned. Cooper, to be fair to him, kept his eye on the ball, makes a good challenge. And the referee's gone back to Nonto. Ampadu's just trying to get him up off the deck.
I think he's had a chat with the assistant on the near side, the referee there, about, because we could see the assistant on the near side describing what had just happened to Nonto off the ball, because he played the ball on to Somerville. He's back on his feet now, but he doesn't look happy, either from the pain point of view or perhaps from the perspective of not getting protection point of view. He has the ball though to Somerville, who will curl the cross towards the far post, where Rodon trying to wait, hung at the far post. Leeds appeal for a foul on Pirro right in the middle of the penalty area, and the referee,
well, it was Longman. Longman was all over Pirro, and he does seem to get his hands on him and just pull him over. Clearly not enough. I think this referee's forgotten his cards. He's left them at home, that's what it is, because none have come out and there's some strange old things going on.
Well, there's a directive, as we've talked about previously, to let a bit more go now, and we're seeing it and then some, I think, in this game potentially.
Yeah. Well, we've not seen anything like this in the first 5-6 games of the season, have we? This is certainly something to get used to really quickly and crack on.
Yeah, the players still finding their way with it a little bit, because they're looking often towards the referee, expecting stuff that isn't being given. So perhaps in the old days they feel it would have been. The old days being about 3 months ago. Meslier. Back to the far touchline where Ayling can't quite keep it in. So Millwall have a throw right on the halfway line.
You think now, 62nd minute, 63rd minute, looking at our bench as well, we've got plenty of firepower on there. Those midfielders, Kamara and Gruev as well, to come on in these kind of sort of situations to calm things down in that sort of area. Anthony and James, of course, to come on in the wide area. So plenty of things that Daniel Farke can do, but at the moment we're sticking with what we've got.
We've just seen Nonto defensively working hard for Leeds to make a tackle down this near side, and another one as well. The ball's still in play though, and it's Millwall on the edge of the box with Denore. Played back into the middle, headed away by Rodon. Right place, right time for the Leeds central defender there. Ball is still with Millwall now, and Bradshaw into the box, and he's wildly overhit that one, and that one sailed behind, and Leeds have reason to be glad about that. Millwall will now make a clutch of changes.
Yeah.
So Duncan Watmore is coming on to replace Nisbet, who's been quiet up front for the home team. And Fleming is coming on to replace Denore. And then finally, the final change will be Esse. And we wait to see who he's coming on to replace. And as the board goes up, it confirms that the last man to go off will be Campbell in the midfield. So 3 Millwall changes made in the 64th minute, with the scoreboard reading Millwall 0, Leeds United 1. Pirro's goal in the first half. Fine team goal it was as well.
Certainly was. So Watmore has gone up top. Ooh. Almost gets the ball off Meslier, who's thumped it forward just.
Rodon. New man in the middle there, Fleming. And now, again, Esse's involved, so is Fleming. Comes back for Mitchell. Mitchell out wide to the far side. Plenty of Millwall players forward as they attack down the left. Now Wallace is forward. And so is he's marked brilliantly by Jorginho.
Wow.
What's he doing there? He's gone back with Wallace, and he actually blocked him off, made the successful tackle, and ends up winning Leeds a throw-in level with the edge of their own box. That's the level of commitment required here at the Den to make sure that the job gets done. 25 minutes remaining. Pirro can't get the head on the far side. Ball is with Gray. Loses out. And Essay. Oh, good work by Rodon on the edge of the box. Now he drives forward for Leeds, and he's carried on going. Now he stops, and Somerville takes over. Out to Nonto. Well, I tried to get the ball to Nonto. He'd overhit it though, Somerville, and Nonto stretched the leg, but he was never stopping that one.
Well, initially, it was excellent defending from Rodon, who just intercepted the pass perfectly, then drives forward. Thought we might have a counter-attack, but a wayward pass from Somerville.
Daniel Farke down below, hands in pockets. Watching on, sends the subs out to warm up again. Gruev and Poveda both out, jogging up and down the near side touchline. Changes, I would suspect, to be made. Yeah, we can see now on the big screen, Dan James is stripped and ready to join the action.
Yeah, I think we need to give them more of a problem going forward. Bring on a couple of fresh attacking players to use their energy in pushing this Millwall defence backwards.
Yeah, Bielakowski's been quiet in the second half as Millwall attack again. Shot from just outside the box is a poor one from Longman, and he knows it. And it's sailed high into the upper tier of the cold blow lane end. And Leeds will make at least a couple of changes, because we also have Jayden Anthony ready to make his debut for the club as well.
Yeah, Longman, who showed great quality in the first half. Fortunately, the last couple of occasions, one was a shot, one was a cross, was absolutely awful.
Rodon and Meslier take the goal kick short. Rodon is held up. Tries to play the ball forward. It loops up down the far side touchline. Ayling looked like he was cleared out there in his attempt to get to it, but Leeds advance into the Millwall half only temporarily. The ball goes out of play, and it's only a Millwall throw-in that results.
Millwall building up the pressure again. The noise has certainly been ratcheted up as well.
As the rain comes down as well.
Yeah, you've got to see out these moments of the game. These are important moments for the likes of Rodon and Ampadu to show that leadership out there to get things calm and back on track.
The top of Canary Wharf has disappeared in cloud over beyond the Dockers stand on the far side of the stadium. And it's, as predicted, as forecast, it's raining. Leeds have a corner kick. Pirro's done really well there. Held off two challenges and then invited the intervention that saw the ball go behind for that Leeds set piece.
Well, that certainly was clever. I'm not sure how much of a touch the Millwall player got, but it went out for a corner kick, just sometimes to relieve the pressure. It's a ball over the top, get them turned. Pirro was in a really good position and did well.
So Somerville's come to this near side from where he can swing the ball into the penalty area. Somerville with the ball in now, goes to the far side of the penalty area where Norton Cuffy gets his head to it, but at the cost of another corner kick. So Somerville's got to jog all the way from the near side corner flag to the far side corner flag.
That'll teach him to knock it fast stick.
Still James and Anthony down below waiting to join the action, presumably after this corner has been taken.
And that's the right thing as well, because certainly as a fullback, after defending against Somerville and Gnonto, to suddenly have two fresh legs and the likes of James and Anthony to come on at you is formidable.
So the outswinger now from the other side from Somerville. Nice delivery in, heads up in there as well. Ayling got his head to it, couldn't direct it on target, just goes wide.
I think it was Pascal that might have done, but he's hurt himself in the meantime. You can see him limping back now. He doesn't look right at all. It's his knee, right knee. Let's hope he's okay.
Yeah, maybe collided with somebody when he was in the penalty area. The changes are being made, the ones that were originally scheduled for sure anyway. And first man to depart is Gnonto, and Somerville is also going to come off as well. So fairly predictably, Somerville and Gnonto to replace by James and Anthony. And both Somerville and Gnonto, I think Gnonto probably in particular, can feel that they've made a really good contribution here so far.
Yep, both players are bright, caused them plenty of problems, but now, what with just over 20 minutes to go, we've got some fresh legs on.
Jayden Anthony on for his debut for Leeds United, having joined from Bournemouth, gets his first touch as well. Ball is over the top. It will be defended successfully by Wallace, who just nods it back to Bielakowski. And he goes with a long ball up into the Leeds half. Still the rain falls quite heavily now here at the Den. Leeds with Pirro. Holds us.
That's a foul. James has been just knocked to the deck.
Another late challenge off the ball for the referee to... Well, he's given the free kick then to Millwall, and Luke Ayling will say, what about the Dan James challenge? And the Leeds players are protesting because Millwall have tried to take a quick free kick as well in the meantime, despite the fact there are two players sitting on the turf. Ayling's one and Longman's the other.
Well, James has knocked the ball inside and then gone for the second one. He's been cleaned out by Wallace. He's ended up on the deck. Ayling has seen that, but in retribution, he's made a really poor challenge as Luke Ayling. And the Millwall player, I think flung a foot out at Ayling, and then he went down. Just all a bit of handbags, unfortunately. But that's what happens when the referee allows these things to go on and on and on. It starts escalating, and where does it end up?
If you see that you can take an inch, you'll
take a mile. Absolutely.
Mile.
Yeah. At the moment, no one has got booked. I'm still finding that hard to believe.
So Millwall free kick at the end of all of that discussion inside the final 20 minutes. Millwall to try and attack from this position on the halfway line. Up in the air, Strout comes and hits it. Leeds have got to get out to try and pick up the second ball, which is not. Coffey has it, takes it away from Anthony. Looks to deliver the ball in. Meslier underneath it, catches it comfortably, confidently.
Nice play. Meslier, we need him certainly towards the end of this game. He needs to come out and command that box. That's exactly what he did there.
Byram on the halfway line, held up. Comes back to Pascal Strout. Into Ampadu, out to Byram. Byram forced backwards again to Strout. And Strout drops the shoulder himself because he's under pressure. And he gives it back to Meslier, who can only go along with this. And he does play it up in the air and over the halfway line. Only Cooper waits to head it back into Leeds half. Comes down for Byram. Byram, little ball, tried to play it out, flick it out to Anthony. It was short. And the intervention from the attacking Millwall player takes the ball out of play for a Leeds throw, level with the edge of the Leeds box, and more changes to be made by the home team here to take Longman off. So the man who had a very good first half for them, maybe not quite so good in the second, is replaced by Amaku.
Well, just the last couple of deliveries from Longman weren't great, but just the way that he was finding space, he looked a danger. I'm not too disappointed to see him gone, to be fair.
Amaku is the former Shamrock Rovers player. Another throw in for Millwall on this near side. Again, still well up in the Leeds half, and again presents the opportunity for Leonard to take the long throw. So everybody retreats back into the Leeds box in anticipation of that. Doesn't go that far actually, and Byram headed the first one away. Millwall have it back again on this near side. It's played back to the fullback Norton Cuffey, who goes into the centre circle looking for help on this near side. Comes out to the right side, and it's a chance for SA to attack for Millwall. Now Bradshaw into the middle where Ampadu heads clear for Leeds. Anthony takes it down, and then Jorginho back in there again to help out to good effect to Dan James, who's got had a little bit of space, was quickly unceremoniously closed down. Leeds going to try and win it back in the centre circle, but Millwall emerge with the ball with Wallace out towards the left side. Good challenge by Ayling. Now it might open up for Leeds because Dan James is setting off with the ball in front of him. Running out towards the right side is Ayling, who gets it in now. Big shouts for handball from the Leeds fans as the cross came in, hit the back of defender Wallace. We're a long way away, much further away than the players. Didn't look like it to me, but they maybe had a better view, much better view of it. It looked like it kind of hit the buttock of Wallace to me.
Well, I think his arms were by his sides anyway, so whatever it hit doesn't really matter. I'm not going to get a penalty.
Can I just say,
sort of thing.
What a brilliant tackle we've just seen from Archie Gray, just on the edge of the penalty area. Wonderful work, and he spun away and carried the ball forward for Leeds, and he had to be hacked to the ground to stop it.
He's done a lot of excellent quiet work as Archie Gray. Filled the positions when he needed to. Just nice little passing, give and go, good challenges. And there, wonderfully tracking back, did well. Wins that challenge, and off he goes. Gets the free kick as well. So just take the heat out the game, because no doubt Millwall second half, they've turned the heat up on us, and we've had to be strong to keep them out.
Meslier with the free kick up in the air. Mix up between the two Millwall men that they rather get away with, because they're lucky that Cooper was waiting behind as the ball sailed between both of them. And it's up in the Leeds half briefly, with Ampadu delivering it back into Millwall territory. Again, Cooper is the recipient, so he goes back to the goalkeeper. Winds blow across the Den once more. Heads up at the back, flicked on, and Strout comes into the midfield but gives it away. Wasn't much he could do about controlling that ball. And Cooper has it. Essay back to Cooper, and then Leonard on this right side on the halfway line. Back into his own half to Cooper, much to the frustration of the home fans. Then delivered cross-field from Cooper all the way out to the far touchline, which was quite amusing then, because the man who was waiting on that far side for it was Amaku, and it just bounced in front of him. If he'd gone for it, he might have got it, but he waited to see where it dropped, and it bounced up and over his head and out for a throw.
Well, he never let it bounce. You get to it before it bounces. He didn't, and it flew over him. So this sort of game, it feels like one that you've got to see out, haven't you? It's one that's important to win 1-0, and okay, if you can't get a second goal, make sure you don't concede. And this is the sort of thing you need to get promotion, to win titles. It's to see out games, tough games, away from home. You're 1-0 up. Can you do it?
Now then, there's been an opportunity presented for Leeds to launch an attack here. Anthony is through the middle. Anthony plays a nice ball into the path of James, who's got space to operate in down the right side for Leeds United. Gives it back to Luke Ayling. There are 3 on the edge of the penalty area if they can get it into them. Trying to get it to Jorginho. Holds off his marker, but then gives the ball away. And now suddenly it's Millwall trying to counter-attack, but it's a misplaced through ball. It's an easy pick-up for Meslier in the penalty area. In fact, Meslier lets it bounce towards goal 3 or 4 times before he finally goes in. Picks it off the turf. Rolls it out underarm to Pascal Strouk. Strouk looking for Anthony down the channel, does well to lay it off to Ampadu. Ampadu again in turn does well to get it to James. Lots of space for James and for Leeds now. James out to Jorginho. Jorginho into the middle for James. Finished off by Pirro in front of the Leeds United fans. And Leeds United have doubled the advantage here. And those supporters in the upper tier behind the goal have huge cause for celebration. Pirro again. Crazy build-up, and it's Millwall 0, Leeds 2.
I'm glad you said crazy build-up, because I tell you what, that would have been a fantastic goal if James just knocked it in the back of the net. Instead, he stumbled, he scuffed his shot, but look who was there. Pirro in the right place at the right time. It's a gift that goal scorers have, and certainly Pirro has got that, but it was wonderful play. And James, when he picks the ball up, that initial acceleration, and then he plays it to Jorginho, who then pulls it back, and James should have just tapped it home. It was a great move. However, scuffs it to the far post. Pirro's there, and we've got our second goal, Bryn.
Well, that's the cue for quite a number of the home supporters to decide that their afternoon's football watching is at an end. I'll tell you where they're not leaving their seats. They're out of them, but they're not leaving them. And that's in the end away to our left-hand side, which is all animation. Leeds just had so many white shirts forward so quickly then. So if the first one made a right hash of it, the second or the third one was there to finish it off. That's proved to be the case.
It was, but it's that freshness when James picks it up, that acceleration. No one could stay with him, and they're the options we've got.
So we have 12 minutes to go. Leeds with a good lead here now. Byram. Maybe space for Anthony if he can keep the ball in play. No, he didn't. Fractional, but just about failed to do that. And
late challenge, though, again, as the ball comes out. It's a late challenge. Normally that would be a free kick, but nothing given. On we go.
So it's Millwall playing a ball across the back. Wallace. The last time Leeds won here at Millwall, quite a long time ago. And That was March 2012. And actually the record here is not good at all. Millwall have a really good win record against Leeds at this stadium. But there's only one song you can hear inside the ground now, and it isn't "No One Likes Us, We Don't Care." Norton Cuffy into the near post. Defended well by Ampadu. Got across the forward there at the cost of a corner kick still, so more defending for Leeds United to do.
Now's the time to switch on, concentrate, give them absolutely nothing. Win this ball when it comes across. Corner kick on this right-hand side. And there, Rodon, I like it. Get everyone talking, organised, alive.
So it'll be an in-swinger. Drops on the far side. Strout with a good header. Comes out to the edge of the penalty area. Picked up by, well, almost won back well by Ayling. Now Leeds can go, and it's James racing after the ball. Jorginho goes to the middle. James picks it up on the far side. Plays it into Jorginho. Jorginho can finish it!
Yes!
And he does finish it! Jorginho, top of the net. And Jorginho, top of the world, has got Leeds third here. And those fans behind the goal now know it'll be a happy, happy trip home. It's Millwall 0, Leeds United 3.
Excellent. Delighted for Jorginho as well. And he has worked ever so hard this afternoon. And he's out there celebrating with his teammates, and rightly so. But it's the counter-attack, just devastating. Freshness on the counter with James. And the ball that he actually played wasn't a good one. Should have been in behind the defender. But instead the defender got all mixed up, legs in a tangle. And Jorginho picked it up, strode into the box and lashes it high into the net. Delighted for the young man. Gets on the score sheet. Pirro a couple. Jorginho 1. 3-0. Happy days, Bryn.
Jorginho is the cry from behind that goal, away to our left-hand side. There's a mass exodus here at the Den now. And those Leeds fans who've made this onerous trip down here in the past have had too many occasions whereby they've been on the end of the home fans' delight and glee. In fact, the last time I was here was the League One playoff first leg. Well, this is a very different atmosphere around this game and this ground now. Leeds are going to bring Kamara's on for his little cameo role in the latter stages of this game. We're in the final 10 minutes now as the game resumes, again with Millwall getting it underway. Long ball down the middle for Pascal Struijk. Nods it away from Ampadu. Picked up on the halfway line by Wallace, who delivers it out wide. And it's an attack down that far side. James leans into the challenge. And for half a second there was a concern that maybe that was a penalty challenge by Dan James, but the referee, true to form for this afternoon, points for a goal kick.
Yeah, nothing doing. And we're making a substitution. Pirro, rightly so, taking the applause, clapping the away fans, who are still singing their hearts out. He's off.
Joel Pirro has had a really good afternoon here for Leeds United. Deserves all the applause he's getting as he walks towards the near side touchline. Gives Kamara a little hug and gets a big hug from Daniel Farke.
Yeah, Pirro's played excellently well. He's very efficient, isn't he, with the ball? Just in the right place, he uses it well. Calm and strong when the ball's in and around him.
We don't have too many happy trips back from London as a rule. Leeds have lost 8 times, 8 previous visits to the capital. But I suspect that with 7 minutes and less remaining here of normal time.
You waited this long and 3-0 up.
Oh yeah, I was saying nothing earlier, believe me. That London thing doesn't need trotting out any more than it already has been in the past.
London thing's gone. Forget it.
Again, yeah. So this will be a better trip back for sure. Leeds back in action, remember, as well on Wednesday at Hull. Have the ball on the edge of that Millwall penalty area. 3 points will fire Leeds up the table here. I think up to 10th with a win. So from a day that started with Leeds just a couple of places in front of the drop zone, by the end of it, Leeds will be within sight of the playoff zone.
And that's more like it.
And that's more like it, exactly.
But this will give the team a lot of confidence because they've had to withstand a lot of pressure. Certainly the start of the game and then a good 20 minutes in this second half. But that's what you have to do. You've got to come to these places, see those moments out. But then when Millwall made the changes, they put on some attacking players. Of course, that then would open spaces up. And on the counter, we've been devastating twice.
And Mellier's only really had one sort of proper save to make, hasn't he?
Yeah, early in the second half, the shot that was straight at him.
And the one in the first half when he was at full stretch was probably a trickier save.
I think a lot of the corner kicks and throw-ins and what have you, he's played an important part in that. But they're not really chances. And second balls, a lot of it we've done well. We've been strong in those sort of challenges, and that's certainly very positive.
The away end is a good sight for those who don't have the benefit of pictures here at the moment. There is a disco taking place in that away end, and those who know your Leeds United chants will know what I'm referring to. So the party has started here. The game has not yet finished, mind. There are still 4.5 minutes to go. Ball on that far side and now into the penalty area, and Millwall still trying to keep at it here. Just outside the box, the shot will come in, blocked really well by Ampadu again, and then Jorginho, and now Ampadu picks it up, and Ampadu plays it out to Kamara. Kamara has the run of Anthony just over his shoulder, gives it to him, he's in the penalty area, he could finish it, he goes down, referee looks at it, surely that's a penalty for a foul on Anthony, as he was shaping to shoot there, looked like he had the back foot clipped, went to ground, and Leeds only get a corner.
That's one of those chances where if he does go down there, it's a penalty for sure, but he tries to stay upright and at least get the shot away, and he does. So the referee will say, well, you had the advantage, but excellent play once again. Jorginho was cleared out again in the centre circle, but what a great piece of skill. He twisted, flicked it through his legs, and off we went again.
And for once Leeds fans have the chance to suggest that they're falling apart again. Too often in recent times it's been the opposition who have been taunting Leeds with that. Not today. Corner kick, and it comes from James. Good one. Rodon knows well as well at the far post and gives a thumbs up to James on this near side because he got good height to that one, just couldn't direct it down on goal, and it went wide and behind.
I've got to say, the delivery from set pieces and corner kicks have been superb. Somerville initially, but that one from Dan James was equally as good.
Strikers take plaudits, goal scorers take plaudits, but Rodon's had a great game, hasn't he, defensively?
He has just organised things, kept things calm and really got us moving up the pitch we needed to. Interception, winning the ball in the air, just about every single occasion. Another fine game he's had.
Ball is on the far side, back towards the halfway line. Rolled into the edge of the centre circle. Leeds are going to make two late changes here. Gruev is going to make his debut for the club. Joe Gelhardt is going to come on as well, but he's going to have to do it relatively quickly. There are 2.5 minutes less now of normal time remaining with whatever's to be added on. Won't be a great deal, I don't think, because the substitutions apart. We've kept going through the second half. Changes to be made now. So it's Jorginho's turn to get the applause of the supporters. He's notched his second goal for Leeds United again away from home. And there's another big smile on the face of the Leeds player there as he heads towards the touchline.
Look at that. Nice hug as well.
Big hugs from Daniel Farker and Archie Gray. Must mention with Archie Gray, Eddie Gray is watching, and it's been a big week for the Gray family.
Yeah.
And we wish Stuart, Eddie's son, all the very, very best in a bit of a battle that lies ahead for him. There's a big fundraising effort going on now, which you can find online with Nick involved in that. So Eddie here today with Linda as well. Wonderful people, wonderful family. Leeds United absolutely runs through the veins. So good luck to Stuart in terms of what lies ahead, and to the Gray family. And Archie's performance again today, an absolute credit to that Gray name, the Gray dynasty.
Oh, he's been superb again. Just filling those gaps. Lovely duo that he and Ampadu are now forming in that midfield. They really do understand each other. It's all that quiet work that goes on as a player out there. You really appreciate it, and that's what Archie Gray's done today. Superb.
Last minute, Millwall cross into the Leeds half. Little drag back there from Gruev. And again, ordinarily, you might have anticipated the waving of a yellow card in his direction. But
he's learned quickly. He's learned quickly. That's okay.
I can do that.
I can do that here now. No problems at all.
I think it's a punch for a yellow. Because we haven't had a card yet, have we?
No, we haven't.
That is incredible. Into the box, it slid into the path of the Millwall attacker Watmore, Duncan Watmore. Their first saw playing for Altrincham. Has taken a quick corner for Millwall on the far side. Into the box, it's whipped, and it's whipped not sufficiently to cause Meslier an issue from outside the penalty area. Sails over the crossbar, and we have 5 added minutes here, and we're already into that period of added play.
Oh, Omaku, who's come on, he's just let one rip from good 35 yards. Decent strike. Wasn't too far over, never troubling Meslier, but that just seemed a last fling. And I think Millwall are getting ready to get off this pitch. They've been well and truly beaten. They've showed plenty of fight. But I think we certainly have been superior in just about every department.
We have an interesting little trip ahead of us in the next 5 minutes or so, because we've got to get from our position in the second tier of the main stand here down to pitch side. And that involves actually going outside of the stadium, walking through the crowds, and then back in through another entrance stroke exit some way further down the stand. So I just hope they don't recognise Tony. That's
I may wait a while, really. Leeds and Chelsea, they really don't like either. So
exactly. So
yeah.
you better put your balaclava
I'm in
on.
big trouble.
The one that you always pack in case it's a bit chilly. Ball's back on the halfway line. Millwall have it. And that's sweet, sweet music from the away end. Ball out towards this near side, and Norton Cuffey, who will roll it back into the middle. And back out to the right back. Leeds still diligently doing their defensive work here, as it should be. As the ball comes back out, and then Norton Cuffey again links up on the edge there. Great work again from Ampadu to step in and break things up. One back, and Ampadu will go in again and make another great challenge, and almost set up a counter-attack there. With James going down the left side. Millwall instead attack on the edge, now into the penalty area. First, well, Ampadu, it's a terrific challenge by Ampadu, and his reward for that is a really bad foul on Ethan Ampadu. Caught really late there, and he spins off it and goes to ground. Again, if this doesn't result in a yellow card...
There isn't a yellow card. That was awful. What a horrible challenge. Ampadu has once again been cleaned out. He's still on the deck, but nothing doing from the referee. He's definitely left his cards at home.
Maybe there's a I don't know. Maybe there's a moratorium on giving yellow cards that we weren't aware of. Anyway, we're going to get through to the end of the afternoon, I suspect, without seeing what.
Yeah, what we don't want is any injuries, do we?
Well,
that's the thing.
That was the concern there, isn't it?
You know, and if you keep letting those challenges go, then it's going to get worse and worse. Yeah. But Ampadu does really well. He reads the danger, gets across quickly, gets there first. But the challenge was so late. But he's up, he's limping. He'll feel that one, no doubt. But we're going to start play again.
Meslier hands on hips. Ampadu, who's had another fine afternoon for Leeds United. Just trying to run off the injury sustained there, and we are inside the last 2 minutes of this game, and the ground is considerably less full than it was half an hour ago, 20 minutes ago even. Ampadu scoops up the ball to Gelhardt. They'll flick from Gelhardt. Oh, now it's come for Camera. Now it's come down this left side for Anthony. Anthony's just outside the box looking for help. Anthony gives it to the edge of the D to James. James clattered, and it's a free kick to Leeds, right on the edge of the D. Dan James was setting off towards goal there, just again, legs swept out from underneath him. And there's a last chance perhaps for Leeds to add to the misery for the home supporters.
Just for a moment I thought he was getting a card out, but I think it was his phone for the free kick. Instead he's got plenty of that. Maybe that's what he did. He's got 2 canisters rather than just 1 in the cards. He's forgot. Anyway, it's 20 yards out right in the middle, but once again good play Anthony was patient with the ball, found James in open space. And I just thought that James could have actually probably had to go out wide and then shot himself, went for the free kick instead. But Anthony's over it here for a right footer. I think Gelhardt certainly fancies it as a left footer. Let's see which one gets it.
It's Anthony and Gelhardt standing over it, and both step away from the ball, not really giving us a clue. But I suspect Jaden Anthony might be the man to have a crack at this. The ball is actually inside the D, and the referee gives the signal now. And Anthony it is, curls it in and up and over the wall, comes off the wall, over the crossbar, and Leeds United have a corner kick, and this is exactly how you want to be seeing out the final few seconds of this game.
Yep, nice and comfortable. He actually goes over the wall, which was at its highest. There's some big players out there for Millwall. He almost managed to get it over and down again, but the ricochet takes it over the bar.
Leeds on course for the most comprehensive away win, I think, if memory serves, since maybe West Brom away. Would that be right?
I believe you.
Dan James into the near post, where it's comfortably cleared away. The final whistle sounds on what has been an outstanding performance from Leeds United. To come to the Den, to take it all on, and to come away with not just 3 points, but 3 goals, and a performance that will really set a marker down in terms of what may lie ahead for Leeds United this season. Pirro with 2, Jorginho with the other, and Leeds as solid at the back as they were impressive up front throughout. It's been a really, really good day here. A rare win for Leeds at Millwall, and those fans behind the goal will relish these moments. Great day, full-time scoreline. It's finished. Millwall 0, Leeds United 3.
Yes, and this certainly feels like liftoff, doesn't it? I thought it was an excellent performance. We had to withstand, certainly the first 10 minutes of the game, some strong Millwall attacks and just balls into the box. But you're going to have to come to places like this and show your strength, show you've got the ability, and show you've got the belief then to go and play. That's exactly what we did. It was certainly well worth our 3-0 lead, and I liked it when we were just the 1-0 up as well, and defending and defending and defending. We saw it out, and on the counter I just think we were devastating. So an excellent all-round team performance. Substitutes came on, made the difference as well. We have liftoff, Bryn.
A good day at the Den, and Leeds United have tamed the Lions, and the Leeds players take the applause of those fans behind the goal. And Meslier it is who leads the celebrations, and Meslier it is with a little clenched fist salute. Every Leeds fan stays behind, hands raised in applause for what has been a really, really outstanding away performance. Good day. It's finished here at the Den. Millwall 0, Leeds United 3.